Hey everybody, today is technically February 24th. It's 1:45 in the morning. But I wanted to make a video today, even though it's so soon after my last one. I wanted to talk about how quickly things can go from good to bad. My last video, everyone, I felt wonderful. I was, like I said, I was productive. I was, feeling pretty good. And all that. And then today, the 23rd, I'm talking in reference to the 23rd of February, the very next day, I woke up with a pleurisy in my lung, and I felt like I had gotten run over by a truck on my back. All of my back muscles were sore and very, very sensitive to me moving, and it made it very hard to get out of bed. Even what it felt like someone had my spine and my muscles like this, and then when I would move, they would just rotate them and wring them out like a wet cloth. And it made it really hard to get out of bed and to start my day. It's almost more comfortable to sit up than it was to lay down, and that is just not a thing that our brain likes to think about. Usually, your body's much more comfortable lying down, taking all the weight off of your spinal compression. But to me, it felt a lot better just to be sitting up today. So, what a pleurisy is, for those of you who don't know, is it's a. Here, I'm gonna look it up real quick, just that way I'm not telling anyone any false information. Should have had this up already, but so okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So a pleurisy is inflammation of the tissues that line the lungs in the chest cavity. So you have this paper thin, probably thinner than paper to be honest, lining around the lungs, and what happens is it just becomes inflamed from coughing, and bacteria and infection can cause it, which I had been dealing with already, and it just becomes inflamed, and sometimes it can even tear a little bit. And it's pretty common. It's not like it's super uncommon, but this is my second experience with pleurisy. And the first time, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that it was. It just started to hurt, and I was just like, oh, maybe it'll go away. Well, it didn't. And I remember it was a night where the next day we went to Disney World, and I walked all day with this incredibly painful feeling. Best way I can try to explain it is, pretend my left hand here are my ribs. Like, these are my ribs, and my fist is my lung, right? So they sit together, and then when you breathe, everything expands how it should, right? But what it feels like is when I breathe, instead of this nice expansion and compression, it just feels like it's kind of turning into my lungs or my ribs like this. Like my lungs are just grinding into my ribs. That's what it feels like. And it usually feels like that when you take a super deep breath. But every once in a while, you do it all the time, your body just needs to take that deep breath just to be like, oh, okay, we just needed a little bit more air. But that's what it feels like. That's the best way I can try to tell you what it feels like to have a pleurisy. And I can only feel it in one area. Even though the whole lining may be inflamed, it's really kind of like bubbling or pinpointing in one area, which is the back lower area. Almost you can almost say my kidney area, but that's not my kidneys. So that happened overnight. Overnight, I went from feeling wonderful. You saw my video. I was honestly feeling good, and then the next day, it felt like just took completely different. And I know everyone was super happy that I'm feeling good, but immediately it went away. I'm glad I was productive that one day, because if I wasn't, I would have been back to normal, with doing nothing. But that's what happened today. Also, went and got, this is, so, my hair look okay?
Your hair looks great, babe.
My hair looks fun, okay. Hey, I forgot, I just rewatched the vlog, and I realized that I didn't even tell you guys what they told me to do to fix the pleurisy. Well, it's an inflammation, which means it has to be treated with anti-inflammatory things. So they put me on a prednisone taper, which means day 1 I take 50 milligrams of prednisone, day 2 I take 40, day 3 30, day 4 20, 5 10, then you continue on the 10 once a day. Aside from that, is they just have me on prescription strength ibuprofen, you know, NSAIDs, you know, non-steroidal, anti-inflammatory drug. I don't know what the D stands for, but yeah, that's it. And applying heat and cold back and forth. I haven't been able to do that yet because of, like I said in the video, I was out all day. But yeah, that's what they do to fix it, and that's what I have to deal with. So I need to take. It's actually close to 3:30 now. I've been doing treatments and making this video and all that, but yeah. Okay, back to the video now. I just had to. I rewatched it, realized it didn't say what they did to fix it, and my hair probably looks bad. That's okay. Back to the video where I'm wearing a hat. That'll be better. Pretty much done updating you with my health now. I'm going to tell you about some of the good things I did today. I went to the support group, the lung transplant support group today, and got just a wealth of knowledge that thing is. And it's so good to hear the people from post-transplant, you know, tell their stories and share their experiences to maybe give me an insight as to what to expect. And it's really nice to hear their experiences. And then I had dinner, and then I went to Lowe's and Home Depot because I'm starting to work on my guitars more on a personal level, as in like change my own parts and fix things if they're broken. Not that my things break often, but I have something that is broken that I really would like to fix. But I don't, plus my storage for all of my parts, for all of my tools for my guitars were becoming really cramped in this one little box I had. So I went to Home Depot and got this guy right here. This is a bit, first of all, that's my blackjack guitar. That's the one I play most of the time. Anyway, oh, it's locked. So it has this locking key, and then it opens up. Then it has just this space. This is what's broken, by the way. This is just a pedal. The switch is broken, but I won't bore you with the details. But I get all my tools, and I have my lamp, and then I bought some wrenches because what's a tool thing without wrenches? And then down here is where I keep like the cloths and the oils and an extra strap and strings. And then here's like the screwdrivers and whatnot. But that's just all nerdy guy stuff, so if you're not interested in that, I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know what I'm doing to keep myself entertained while I'm not on the list. Or while I'm inactive. I'm trying really hard not to confuse those two. There's a big difference, and I am on the list. I am inactive. So, yeah, that's what I did today. And I'm gonna order a soldering iron probably so I can start learning how to solder my own pickups and my own electronics and stuff like that, and just start gaining some knowledge, start learning what to do when something breaks in these guitars, so I don't have to pay a repair guy $300 to fix it. I can just fix it myself and order the parts and fix it myself. That's my end goal, is to, as they say on motorcycles, turn my own wrenches. So that's the end goal. So with that, I hope you had a good day, better than me, probably. Probably not that hard to have a better day than me as far as feeling. But yeah, it's almost 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna get this edited and scheduled to upload, and then I'm probably gonna go to bed. It's late. I'm tired. I've been out all day, and when I got home, I still didn't rest because I had this project that I was setting up, and then I have another little project that I'll tell you guys about in another video. So I wanna have something to show you before I show it to you, if that makes sense. So yeah, with that, hope you have a good evening, good day, and I'll talk to you soon.